the Prague Hotel in the black in less than 3 years and a successful IPO. Who said passion wasn't productive?
Productive. Productive.
Who said passion wasn't productive?
Jones, tell me something. You have 30 hotels in 12 different countries, but you spent last week in Daniel Vega's Lisbon resort.
Resort. Resort.
But you spent last week in Daniel Vega's Lisbon resort.
Combined, we're 100 hotels in 23 countries. I like having multiple homes.
But you don't need another name on the mortgage.
Mortgage. Mortgage.
But you don't need another name on the mortgage.
This is your debutante ball. The impression you make on the partners will last.
Impression. Impression.
The impression you make on the partners will last.
Thank you.
We are looking to see
You can't cheat your way out of this one.
partners have been instructed.
Instruct. Instruct.
Partners have been instructed.
I embody.
Joss
And if I'm on your team, you're a winner.
Scott.
In that case,
No.
Quietly. Quietly.
No.
I need an assessment of all of Vega's hotels, okay? I want you to check annual earnings.
Earnings. Earnings.
Okay? I want you to check annual earnings.
You want to know how to do a cross? Some people like to use big words. Some people like to go for sympathy.
Sympathy. Sympathy.
Some people like to go for sympathy. Some people like to use big words. Some people like to go for sympathy. But personally,
Personally. Personally.
Harvey.
Oh, you two know each other.
We went to Harvard Law together. Harvey was fifth in the class and I was...
Fifth. Fifth.
Harvey was fifth in the class and I was...
It was the best you could do. Do you have the preliminary proposal?
No.
Preliminary. Preliminary.
Do you have the preliminary proposal?
No.
I see my promotion popped up on your Harvey Specter Google alert.
That's not all that's going to pop up.
Pop. Pop.
That's not all that's going to pop up.
Of time to prepare for the trial.
Reasonable time.
Yes, Your Honor.
Reasonable. Reasonable.
Reasonable time.
Yes, Your Honor.
I have an obligation to my client.
Obligation. Obligation.
I have an obligation to my client.
Well-being.
That's ridiculous, Your Honor. In order for there to be defamation, the statements made would have had been false.
False. False.
The statements made would have had been false.
Countersuit is allowed.
Are you serious?
Would you like to approach the bench and find out how serious I am?
Bench. Bench.
Would you like to approach the bench and find out how serious I am?
Hey, Donna, I proofed that final agreement on the hotel merger. Quick question, has Harvey ever heard of spell check?
Spell. Spell.
Quick question, has Harvey ever heard of spell check?
oh my God, I love you.
Yeah, I know. Focus.
Snap. Snap.
Focus.
What are you doing here?
Jenny, come on, I need your help. Got nowhere else to go.
Nowhere. Nowhere.
Help. Got nowhere else to go.
You yelled at me. Kissed me.
Yell. Yell.
You yelled at me. Kissed me.
She gets me.
And has no need.
I don't think you understand how high
Maintenance. Maintenance.
I don't think you understand how high
He agreed to all your terms, despite my protest that he could do better.
Protest. Protest.
Despite my protest that he could do better. But, what are you doing?
What do you mean?
You're walking around like you have a giant stick up your ass.
Giant. Giant.
You're walking around like you have a giant stick up your ass.
God, you putting an anatomy lesson now?
That's my shirt.
Consider it a winner's reward.
Reward. Reward.
Consider it a winner's reward.
Hey, Harvey, you were right. There's been a steady stream of stock buying.
Steady. Steady.
There's been a steady stream of stock buying.
Desirable.
DeBeck will never agree to that.
Trust me, DeBeck has enough passion for his company that he'll be willing to chop off an
Chop. Chop.
passion for his company that he'll be willing to chop off an arm.
Aren't you late for some sort of... Oh, I am.
They remind me of a younger, less attractive you and me.
Attractive. Attractive.
They remind me of a younger, less attractive you and me.
The lottery so that Mike would get Kyle.
Please, rigged, expedited, they're all just words. Besides, don't you want to see what your boy's made of?
Besides. Besides.
Words. Besides, don't you want to see what your boy's made of?
But as a woman in power, people look at your success and label you.
Label. Label.
Success and label you. But as a woman in power, people look at your success and label you. They don't know the complexity it takes.
Complexity. Complexity.
They don't know the complexity it takes. They don't know the complexity it takes for a woman to succeed in this business. And when someone undermines that,
Undermine. Undermine.
and when someone undermines that,
We were co-workers. We started at the same level, and then I was promoted to be her immediate superior.
Superior. Superior.
And then I was promoted to be her immediate superior.
And everyone was moving past
So
it.
what?
People making good on their
Exaggerating, Your
potential.
Honor.
People who could cut it.
Sustain. Sustain.
Potential.
Your Honor.
People who could cut it.
Well, normally we'd move on to closing statements.
Normally. Normally.
Well, normally we'd move on to closing statements.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you leaving the swords at home.
Sword. Sword.
Gentlemen, I appreciate you leaving the swords at home. Return to the initial deal so that you can grow both your businesses instead of having one company with a hostile reputation and the other.
hostile, hostile,
Instead of having one company with a hostile reputation and the other. Instead of having one company with a hostile reputation and the other a shell of what it once was.
shell, shell,
The other a shell of what it once was. The result is you just told every partner in this firm, including myself, that you have a weak stomach.
Stomach. Stomach.
Firm, including myself, that you have a weak stomach. Well, want to go back to our alma mater and see a lecture on why women are better at science?
lecture, lecture,
Mater and see a lecture on why women are better at science? It's okay, Rachel.
No, did you ever take a minute to wonder why I was so mad at you?
mad, mad,
Or why I was so mad at you?